Hey you guys, happy Sunday. It's time for live Q&A. I'm Rebecca Overson and this is the art of building a successful massage practice. This is my Facebook group, my little corner of the internet where I can empower the shit out of you guys. Okay. This group is really about one thing and one thing only, and that is building a thriving private practice of your own, which is something I failed to do for a long time. And then I figured it out. Actually, more than the first half of my 24-year career, I failed to make a living as a massage therapist, and it was such a bummer. It was so sad to give up on my dream. But then I came back and I built a really awesome, thriving, extremely successful practice in a really short period of time because I had realized a few things. I'd realized that being really skilled as a body worker doesn't mean you're going to get clients. It's required to get clients, but it's not what produces clients. I just discovered a lot of things, and when I finally put them together, it was like, boom. So I now mentor massage therapists in private practice and those who have employees as well, to build a sustainable, thriving practice that you love. And I want to... I want to ask you guys a question before we jump into Q&A. I'd like to give you guys some things to think about, but I've noticed this week I offer these 60-minute free discovery calls for people that are interested in looking at what it takes to work with me in my 8-week program. Sorry, I got to get my footstool up for my feet. I'm so short, you guys. I'm only 5'3". There we go. Okay, so there have been like so many times on these discovery calls when I ask you guys what you want, what you want out of your practice, or like how much money do you want to be earning every month in your massage practice. And 90% of the time, the numbers that I see when I ask why that number, people tell me, well, it's just what I need to get by. It's just what I need to cover my bills. It's just what I need to cover everything. And I'm like, what is this disease? What is this like aim low disease we have in this industry? And more therapists that I talk to, the more I realize that most massage therapists have huge blocks around money. We feel like it somehow devalues what we do if we make a great living at it. We're afraid of being seen as greedy. We're afraid of being seen as motivated by money. We're afraid to make money because we have all of these attachments about what we think it means. And I think that's what keeps so many massage therapists stuck, is because it's like having one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. It's like, well, I want to build a private practice. I want to succeed. I want to meet my needs. But if I make too much money, then I'm going to look like a greedy bastard or something, or it's like these wires just are so crossed. And I wonder what you guys think about that. We talk about all kinds of things on these live Q&As, but it's just really in the forefront of my mind right now, just how many people I've talked to just this week that are absolutely stuck around money, not making money, can't make money, and because of some beliefs. So tell me in the comments below, what do you think about that? What are your limiting beliefs about money? Where do you struggle with money? I don't care who you are. Everybody has some kind of relationship with money. Okay, so I'd love to hear about that in the comments below. Okay, and then gosh, I look so white. I look like I'm ghosty white in my broadcast. Let me turn down my lights a little bit, you guys. This is kind of crazy. I don't want to look like a ghost. I feel like I'm all washed out. Maybe that's better. I know, Taequasia, you're not afraid of making money because you've worked with me and now you're kicking ass. Thanks for sharing your progress with me this month. That's so freaking awesome. All right. So proud. Oh, and Nikki, it's snowing again in Toronto. Wow. Yeah, it's just snowed here in Salt Lake City like yesterday. You guys, it's still cold. I got my blanket. I sit here on my chair with my blanket so I can stay warm. Gosh, come on, spring already. That's where I'm at. All right, so you guys, live Q&A. We got 60 minutes. Let's use it. How can I help? What are you dealing with? What are you struggling with? Don't be shy. Ask me whatever questions you need to ask. And for those of you that are brand new, hi, introduce yourselves. For those of you that are here all the time, hi, welcome back. Be sure and say hello in the comments. Let us know how many years you've been in practice and where you practice and all that good stuff too. Okay? All right, so let's see here. Oh, yeah, Amy, totally going to come visit in San Diego. Are you kidding me? I love San Diego. That's one of my favorite places to go on vacation because it's like a really short flight from Salt Lake City. So, yeah. So Shelby says, I'm trying to not think of money in a scarcity mindset. Shelby, I'd like to coach you with what you just said because what you said is very revealing. Guys, we're only ever responding to two things: the words in our head and the pictures in our head. Your quality of life is determined by the words you use, you know, at the words in your head and the ones that come out of your mouth, obviously, and the pictures in your head. So I guess today I'm going to give you a little bit of coaching about being mindful of your words. Because Shelby, I'm trying to not think of money in a scarcity mindset. All right, Shelby, try to not think of a purple cat on a green blanket. Try to not think of a purple cat on a green blanket. Do you see what happens there? You can only think of a purple cat on a green blanket when you're trying not to think of something. So it might seem like I'm getting nitpicky here, but you guys, your words create your world. And if you're not being rigorous with your words and saying what you mean and saying what you want, then that alone will keep you stuck, Shelby. Okay? And then a scarcity mindset. What exactly does that mean? When you say, I'm trying to not think of money in a scarcity mindset. Like, so try to not think of scarcity, you guys. Let me know how that goes. Okay? Obviously, I'm kind of teasing you a little bit, Shelby, but it's in an effort to pry something open so that you can see that largely one of the first things you want to look for some freedom with money is how you're speaking about it. And what you just said there is an unconscious way that you're keeping yourself stuck, okay? So instead, Shelby, don't try. Guys, the word try, we should just eliminate that from our vocabulary. There's literally no action in trying. There's no, like, try to stand up. If you're sitting down, try to stand up. If you stood up, that's not trying, that's standing up. If you're trying to stand up, it'd be like this. You're not actually standing up, you're just expending a bunch of effort for nothing. And the only thing that produces results is action. Okay? I'm firing lots of gold nuggets at you guys today. I hope you're taking notes. Tarina Barkman, I grew up with a mentality that poor is humble. Okay, and then you probably also thought that humble is like a important virtue, or that wealthy people or successful people can't be humble. See what I'm saying? That's an interesting belief. Oh, I love it. Sorry, you guys, I gotta move my blanket. Okay. It's something that's hard to shake. Okay, again, Tarina, watch your words. Is it really hard to shake? But I've been working on it in my adult life, not only specific to business. Yeah, all kinds of things. Now, look, the belief that change is hard will keep you stuck too. I've seen things change like that. You could be free from it like that, Tarina. You really could. You could. There are ways. It's possible. I mean, as a coach who helps people make transformational changes in their lives, I've definitely seen beliefs disappear in 2 seconds. Okay, so again, watch your words, right? Just be conscious of that, you guys, is the point here. Okay, start there at least. Hi, Kimberly from Macon, Georgia. Been a massage therapist for 17 years. Awesome, Kimberly. Thanks for joining us. Nikki says, yes, I love Nikki's input. Nikki's awesome. Nikki's also a coach in my program, you guys. She says, you know how I feel about the money issue? I think the main problem is twofold. This industry is predominantly women, and we've been taught to settle for less and to feel guilty for asking for more. I never hear men express guilt over earning money. So true. Number 2, this is an industry of healers, and a lot of us want healthcare to be accessible to everyone. But doctors and surgeons and dentists make money. Why not massage therapists too? Yep, exactly. Mickey always brings up good thought-provoking points. And I agree too, guys. Where did we decide that it's not okay to make money? Or as women, that it's not okay to make money? Men, I think, have different kind of guilt. I think men will have guilt when they're not making money. Men will feel inadequate when they're not making money. Do you agree? If there are men watching, I want to hear from you. Okay. Hi, Leanne, Glasgow, Scotland, working since 2011. Great to see you, my dear. Hi, Haley, Tennessee, opening in May, ready to see the moon. 6 figures is my mindset. Goals. Good. Haley, do you have a strategy for how to get there? If not, you should talk to me. Okay. Oh, in fact, hold on, you guys. Let me get my... I had to upgrade my computer this week because I was having issues. I ended up getting a Mac, and I'm like normally use a PC, so I'm a little bit, you guys that have made that switch, you know what it's like. So let me give you guys a couple of links here, resources. This is a page about working with me in my mentoring program. It is the best investment. I am convinced it is the best investment you could ever make in your massage practice, based on what my students tell me. Okay, so work with me. Boom, there you go. I put the link there, Haley, since I mentioned it. You might wanna start out strong. In fact, I love working with massage therapists that are brand new, because you know why? I can spare you the mistakes. I can spare you the time-wasting, money-wasting mistakes of launching a practice, something you've probably never done before, I'm guessing, right? So, there you go. Kate. All right, Kate has a question here. I'm considering creating a membership subscription type of program. Okay, auto build. What are your thoughts on these programs? They're awesome. I did this in my clinic, Salt Lake Prenatal Massage, and we'd have over 100 members on our monthly membership, and I'd get a bank deposit of like $10,000 on the first of the month of prepaid sessions. It's brilliant because on the first of the month, you get all this prepayment for these 100 sessions or whatever. Okay, now you guys don't just know I had a very busy multi-therapist clinic, so for you, you may not have 100 people on a membership, but that would be cool, right? You could see how this works. Is that it's guaranteed sessions, and it's guaranteed payment, and it's prepayment up front. So you're like, yay, I just paid my rent, woohoo. Like, you know that things are covered. It's actually one of the best ways you can create guaranteed income and bookings for yourself. Now, the drawbacks are you've got to manage it. You have to be an administrator of it. You've got to have an agreement or contract that says you can charge people's cards and stuff like that. You've got to make it really clear what your policies are about it and cancellations. You got to make sure now, and also remember that your clients aren't going to remember those policies. So they're going to be like calling you and being all, oh my gosh, I need to cancel the day before my transaction runs. And you're like, yeah, it doesn't work that way. So there's like the logistics of it can be a little bit, challenging to manage, Kate. So you just have to think through what those policies would be. Okay, so words of wisdom. She says, any words of wisdom? Don't make the mistake. Well, yeah, don't make the mistake of not having a contract. And guys, it doesn't have to be like a legal, like some big ass contract thing. You just need to have a very clear agreement, and it needs to be in writing. Here's why. When you get chargebacks from people, or you have that occasional person that's going to dispute the charge or say, well, I don't have the money for it anymore, therefore I'm going to cancel it, therefore I'm going to dispute the charge, or I'm going to block that bank account from you or something like that. You have something in writing that actually allows you to dispute the charge. Okay? So a couple of things. Again, just what is the cancellation period or clause? How long do they have to be on the program before they can cancel? What are the terms? What are the terms and conditions? Okay, so just make sure you think that out and get that hammered out. And then you also, of course, have to have a way to securely store and automatically run credit card numbers. You don't want to be doing that manually. Okay, I used MindBody, which is way too much for any solo practice. But in a multi-therapist practice, it was brilliant. But, so make sure that you have it set up like on a subscription. You can even do this through PayPal, you guys. It has to be set up on a recurring subscription, and that you start on the first of the month. that kind of stuff. Okay, great question. I love it. Hillary says, hi, you beautiful souls. Hi back. Practicing 13 years in Loveland, Colorado. Awesome. Hi, Marie. I see you. Hi, Jessica. I see you. Hey, do you guys see my Lomi stick in the background? My students already saw this, but look how awesome. Two of my current mentoring students are Lomi practitioners, and they're native Hawaiians, and I'm helping them brand and build this amazing Lomi practice in the islands of Hawaii. And they told me about this Lomi stick, and they made this and sent it to me. It's like this beautiful piece of art. It's so awesome, and it's the original self-massage tool, you guys. Check it out. Theracane, take that. Theracane is just imitating a Lomi stick, but it's just this really beautiful thing. So anyway, I just noticed it was in the back of my shot there, so isn't that a cool thing? All right, Jessica's here, Nancy's here, other Jessica's here. What's up? My Jessicas are all here. All right, let's see. All right, so Jeff says figuring out that niche or niches. Okay, well, it's a niche, you guys. Usually, let me just ask you this. Is it OBGYN also an ENT? No. Okay. Define. Now, an OBGYN can work with pregnant women, non-pregnant women, menopausal women. They can do hysterectomies. They can do, you know what I mean? They can do all kinds of things in that world. So you're not really limited, but you can't really have two areas of specialty because the specialty by definition is like the one thing that you do best. And it's not a modality. Don't confuse niches with modalities, okay? So Jeff, let me know if you want to have a dialogue about that. Happy to help you, my friend. Kate, the struggle of switching from PC to Mac is real. I know, right? And I really love this computer. It's beautiful and it's fast and it's everything a computer should be. Except I don't love the webcam. I still do these broadcasts from my iPhone because I don't love the webcam for these. It also has the image reversed, which I don't like. Anyway. Reagan, starting my own business in a CrossFit gym tomorrow. Congratulations. I never thought I'd start my own business. I got let go from my spa job. Ooh, that happens, you guys. So I'm new to taxes and setting service prices. So nervous. Any advice? Reagan, you should apply to work with me. Guys, look, here's the thing. I know I sound like a broken record, but first of all, I'm very confident in what I do, and I've helped hundreds of massage therapists go from struggling to thriving, whether they're brand new in practice or established in practice and want to get to new levels. So, it's like I can give you some advice, okay? But ultimately, I'm going to invite you to apply to work with me. So just use that link, Reagan, that I just put in there if you are curious about that. It's not for everybody, you guys, and that's why we do a 60-minute free. You got to spend 60 minutes with me or somebody on my team to really look and see if this is a good fit. We're not going to offer it to you if it's not a good fit for you, okay? So no stress. It's all just about clarity. You getting really clear about what you need in order to succeed and what's holding you back and how to get where you want to go. All right, so that being said, Reagan, new to taxes and setting service prices. So let me give you, I can't give you tax advice. I'm not an attorney and I'm not a CPA and I don't know where you live. I don't know if you're in the United States. So you've got to consult with an expert on that. But as far as setting prices goes, you guys, okay, who knows my number one rule for setting prices, right? My number one rule is charge what you need to make. Okay, charge what you need to make with the hours that you have to work. Don't set your rates based on what other people are charging. That's super lame, okay? It ends up creating like a race to the bottom. So you want to be able to just do the simple math, Reagan, which is where you look at how many hours a week do you want to work, okay? And then if you were totally full, so look at how much money you want to make. It could be any number. It could be $100,000. It doesn't matter what the number is. Just how much money do you want to make that would make you feel comfortable and beyond, like really thriving. And then you just do the math. So divide the hours every week that you are able to work hands-on. For most people, that's a max of like 20, maybe 25. You still need 10 to 15 hours a week to run your business if you're doing it right. But actual hands-on hours. And then there's 4.5 weeks in a month. Some people like to do 4.3, but I use 4.5. Think of how many weeks you want to take off of vacation. So subtract that from 52 weeks in a year, and then just do the multiplication there and just figure out what you should be charging per hour. Okay, and then usually, you guys, the trick is like, well, how do I charge that? It's $20 more than what anyone else is charging. Right. That's why having a niche can really help you raise your rates, because you're actually solving a particular problem for people. You're not just offering massages. You guys know we're not selling massages, right? If your marketing is that you're selling massages, you're making a mistake there. So one of the shifts I teach. And if you guys haven't, speaking of shifts, if you haven't seen my webinar, it's a free training for people that are in this group. Sorry, I gotta grab let me grab the link for you guys here. There it is, okay. I have this awesome free training. It's called 5 Shifts for Creating a Successful Massage Practice, even if you're surrounded by competition. And it's a 60-minute training. It's an on-demand webinar, which means it runs every hour on the hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so if you haven't seen it, go register for it. If you can't watch it, right now, then you'll be able to watch it at the top of the next hour. Like, it's 5:22 where I am, so you could watch it at 6 p.m. as soon as we're done, or whatever the top of the hour is for you based on where you are. Okay, so I'm going to put free 60-minute training with me. Okay, and there's the registration link for it. Okay. All right, Reagan. So does that help? Let me know. Roberta from New York, Westchester County. Awesome. New LMT, working for a franchise, but not for long. My grand opening is in May, but I'm doing a soft opening starting today with people I know for a small discount. The feedback and glitch fixing is really helpful. Fixing things like outside noise, where to plug things in, really small but helpful stuff. Do you usually recommend a soft opening? I don't really call it a soft opening, Roberta, because people aren't going to know what that really means. I wouldn't be like, it's a soft opening, like, you know, but you could just do that. You could just invite a certain number of people at a discounted rate to come in and help you get some feedback. You could totally do that. Okay. Kate, yes, Kate, you're so welcome. Kate says, thank you for answering my membership program question. Well, of course, it is live Q&A after all. What up, Amy Z? Haley, help choose the niche you want to market to. Okay, I'm good at working with migraines and headaches, but I'm passionate about luxury therapeutic services like spa treatments and relaxation massage with a lot of pampering add-ons. I don't know how to pick the niche. Okay, so Haley, the thing is, remember, a niche, as I define it, a niche is a problem you solve or a population you serve. Now, it kind of goes without saying that the population you serve should also have a known problem that massage can help. Okay, so for example, pregnant women, that was my niche. Pregnant women, everybody knows they're miserable and uncomfortable and in pain and their bodies are compromised and all of that stuff. So you can't say like the niche is like wealthy people, because being wealthy doesn't necessarily mean they have pain. See what I'm saying? Or right, I mean, most massage therapists, you guys, we all do some kind of pain relief. That's the bottom line. But it's also like saying I need a dentist who will clean my teeth. You still have to get a little bit more specific. What kind of problems do you solve? Okay? Why should people work with you? All right, so let's see. So who needs luxury therapeutic services? Like what kinds of situations, Haley, can that help? All right, guys, look, here's the thing, okay? My students hear me say this all the time. Marketing should accomplish 2 things. The whole purpose of marketing is to grab people's attention and to drive buying decisions. This is why if you have a bunch of modalities and services just listed on the front page of your website, you're going to absolutely lose and confuse people. Okay? So, because they want to know why you? Why should they pick you? Why should they work with you? How can you help them? Why should they invest with you? By the way, you guys, those of you that have clients that don't rebook because of the money, they go, oh, I don't know if I can afford this. This is one of the huge things that you might be missing. Okay? So Haley, it's kind of a process for choosing a niche, because it really boils down to your key marketing messaging and things like that. Migraines and headaches is a niche. But as far as the luxury therapeutic services, who needs that and what problem does it solve? Okay? Hope that helps. Let me know. All right, let's see. Marie, I'm doing website updates. What are your thoughts on people being able to give reviews on your website through a form submission? I love it. Do it. Okay. All right. Okay, you guys, let's see. What other questions? Oh, just a couple quick housekeeping things for the group. Guys, don't post questions about modalities and techniques. This is a business focused conversation, like a running your business kind of thing. So if you've asked questions about particular modalities and things like that, our admins might delete those posts. Don't be mad. We're just trying to keep it right. Oh, but on that note, Lydiana asked this question about prenatal massage. And since that is my area of expertise, I'm going to speak to that. Guys, don't use the Prego pillow. Okay, I'm sorry if their manufacturers are listening or something. I do not recommend that. As somebody who's literally worked with over 10,000 pregnant women in my practice, don't use a Prego pillow. Do not do anything other than side lying massage if you haven't been trained in it. Now, that being said, I offer a kick-ass online course, actually 2 of them. One's called Pregnancy Massage Basics, which is just for like the massage therapist that's a little bit terrified to work on the occasional pregnant woman but wants to feel better about it. That's a great course for that. And then I have a full-blown maternity massage specialist certification. And that's where I actually do teach prone positioning on body cushions. And I teach side lying as well and supine. Okay, with elevated, of course, not, you don't put pregnant women flat on their backs after the first trimester. All right, but guys, this is just something I'm adamant about. And please, please do me a favor, you guys. Anywhere out there on the web, in other like massage groups and stuff like that, if you see people talking about prenatal massage, just tag me in those posts, please. Because I'm just like such a vigilante about those things. Like, you know, you don't want to just go chuck a pregnant woman on body cushions without any training. They work really well for side lying, but it's a huge myth that putting pregnant women prone on body cushions is damaging. However, you have to know how to do it. You have to be skilled doing it. Okay. Let's see here. There were just some questions on there. Also, you guys, I do offer. I'm a retailer of body cushions, and so I do offer a discount to people that purchase them through me. You get like a 10%, something like that discount. So anyway, just as a side. Okay, since I saw that pop up in the questions. All right. Hey, Eva, great to see you. Hi, Kennel. Kennel, I missed you on our Q&A calls this week. Don't miss them, okay? All right, Bethany said, just transitioned from an independent therapist to more of a center. Changed to an LLC and hired another therapist. Congratulations. So now I have to decide how much to pay myself. Is there a percentage to use that is magic? No, Bethany, it has to do with your expenses. Really? What do you mean, how much to pay yourself? Do you mean how much to pay yourself for the work you're doing or for the work the other therapist is doing? Give me more information so that I can answer your question better. Okay. All right. So also, Billy Joe asked this question yesterday, guys, thinking ahead. Mother's Day. Hello. Mother's Day is coming up, you guys. Great time to be selling gift certificates, okay? So don't miss out on that opportunity. You should be getting those kinds of specials and things in place, okay? All right. After expenses for you, Bethany. Okay, Bethany, this is a financial strategy question that I can't answer blindly. You'd have to look at your numbers, your gross revenue, your expenses. Guys, I will tell you this, and those of you that work for other people are going to hate what I have to say, so plug your ears. Most employers are paying their massage therapists too much. And here's why I say that. If you're paying a massage therapist 50 or 60% commission, you're going to go out of business. The reality of the situation is, you guys, it's very expensive to have employees. Now, employees don't think from this perspective and they go, I'm doing all the work, I should have 80%. But you're carrying zero liability as an employee. The employer has to pay the rent, has to do the marketing, has to do the customer service, all of that stuff. You know, you show up and you do your work on your clients and you go home. That's a pretty easy job. Okay, the biggest expense in having a clinic or a center is client acquisition. Okay, and if that word scares you, you should definitely book a discovery call with me. Okay, but that's anyway, Bethany. It's just too detailed of a. It's just like a real deep dive business strategy type question that you're asking. But I am concerned that you don't have this figured out and you just hired somebody. So again, you know, like if you're looking for mentoring or want some help in this front, I recommend that you click on the link I posted earlier. and book a call with me to see if mentoring is right for you. Because I can tell by that question that there's probably some bigger challenges that are coming your way that you maybe haven't even thought to think of yet. And I would love to look with you and see if it would make sense for us to work together to help you solve that problem. Okay? So, okay. Eva says, how do you address time issues when a client is late or when a client is done and they hang out forever? First of all, it's your boundaries, Eva. It's your boundaries. I was crazy about running things on time in my clinic. And we rarely had an issue with it. So Eva, this is all about clearly communicating your policies and procedures. And if you don't have policies and procedures, then you should have them. You need to create them. We communicated overboard about punctuality, about how people should not expect a full, if you're late for your massage, you're going to pay for the time you booked, but you will receive the amount of time that remains. Like, you guys, remember, you've heard me say this before too, you're training your clients how to do business with you. By what you do and what you don't do, you're training your clients how to do business with you. So Eva, if you have a client and they're just rambling on and on after a session, and you've got another person sitting in the waiting room and that person's just going blah, 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 and you don't tactfully and politely and firmly end that and redirect them, you're basically training that person that it's okay to just take up all of your time. You guys, time is money for massage therapists. You have to be able to be efficient with your time. That's like number one skill, time management, okay, for massage therapists. All right, so Eva, and also by pre-communicating it, you will minimize. You want to think about prevention here, you guys. It's awkward to have these conversations in real time. You don't want to be like, hey, But if you are training them through your intake process, your procedures and all of that stuff, this should be a very rare issue. But so that's what I recommend first, Eva, is implement that ahead of time and start training your clients. But when it does happen, you could just simply say, let's just say, for example, somebody's just going on and on and on they're just blabbering on and they're making you late for your next client. You have to say, look, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I would love to hear what you have to say, but I have got another client coming in and I need to be ready for them out of respect for everyone's time. So in the future, if you want to talk, then we could talk during your session while I'm working on you, if that works for you. But I just can't. I have got to be respectful of everybody's time here. Okay, you have to take the reins. And I know, Eva, it feels mean, but it's actually kind. It's kind to you. It's kind to them. It's kind to the person coming in. My number one rule is don't step over anything. So somebody comes in all late and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm 15 minutes late. And you're like, that's okay. And on the inside, your BS monitor is going on because it's really not okay, because you can't give them the full 90 minutes because now you're going to make your next client late. That's not fair. You have to say, I'm really sorry, but I know you're 15 minutes late. We've still got to end. I mean, you're booked for 90 minutes, so I still have to charge you for the 90 minutes, and you're only going to get a 75-minute session. So I really do need you to be on time, if not early, so that doesn't happen. You guys, it's hard. Look, being a business owner, one of the hardest things is to have boundaries. You're the CEO of your company, and if you can't figure out a way to rein those wayward clients in, then you're not in control of your practice. And that's a scary place to be. You need to be in control of your practice. You are the boss. You have to have leadership. You've got to demonstrate leadership in your practice. And I do say this a lot, but it's so true. You're leading your clients. You're training your clients. You're telling them. It's like doctor-patient kind of relationship. If you were a doctor, you wouldn't allow a client to come in and kind of tell you how to run your practice, or say, well, no, I expect you to give me the full time that you scheduled for me, even though I'm 20 minutes late and basically missed my appointment. You know what I mean? You charge them for the appointment and make them reschedule if you were in a doctor's office. Because time is money. So again, it's about your own money mindset. It's about really looking at how you see yourself as a leader in your business. Everything else is gonna trickle down from there. Marie says, I had to fire a therapist for being consistently late, running overtime. We had multiple conversations about this. because she perceives some of her clients as VIPs that she had to cater to each one, and they're disrespecting her time. That is the biggest load of hooey. That's another belief I'd love to completely eradicate in this industry. This whole like, I have to give more. I have to, guys, it's disrespectful to your clients to make them late. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? It's disrespectful. If you do have a VIP, great. But you should treat everybody's VIPs in my practice. You know what I mean? Why not treat everyone like a VIP and respect everybody's time? So it is an issue. It was a policy in my clinic. You run on time. You do not give people extra time unless they know it and they've agreed to it and they're paying for it. And it's like your last appointment of the day and you can give extra time. Okay, but just your therapists don't love structure. Most massage therapists do not like structure. They like to just go with the flow and just give to people and be generous and helping and healing. But it can actually be death to a practice if it's violating your boundaries of time and money and efficiency. Okay. It's like a two-headed monster. And you don't have to be like a bitch about it to your clients, but you do have to be polite but firm. Okay. So, all right. Yes. Okay, Eva, I'm so glad that helps. She says, I just need to find my nice way to say it. Thank you for those template words you shared. Absolutely. Okay, so you just have to have the courage to not step over the thing that you're stepping over, okay? Leanne has a question. Leanne says, we have a newish therapist who's referring almost all of her clients to her friend who's a chiropractor down the road. What are your thoughts? This is money they could be spending with us. However, she is rebooking most of those for massage also. Leanne, she's referring them to, do you have a chiropractor in your office? How would you be losing money by her referring patients to a chiropractor? Because I think that a lot of people coming for massage therapy actually need chiropractors instead or in addition to. So I'm not sure what the problem is with that. So tell me more, okay? All right, Eva says, and by the way, and then we'll circle back to you, Leon, okay? I just don't understand why it's a problem to refer to a chiropractor. It can actually be very helpful. All right, so Eva says, would you set up a higher price maybe for the first session? It seems to me that my biggest appointment time issues I do not make anybody late. I'm not so busy yet. I don't know why you'd set a higher price for your first session. Do you mean if you're spending more time with them? Guys, charge for your time. If a first-time client really is a 75-minute massage or a 60-minute massage but takes you 90 minutes to do because of some like initial things you want to do to get that relationship off on the right foot, then charge for 90 minutes. It's a little tricky though because most people out there in the world that are consumers of massage expect that they'll only be paid for the time that they're on the table, or they'll only be paying for the time they're on the table. So I don't know about that, Eva. I tell me more. Give me more information there. Is it Letty or Lady? Let's see, Leti. What a pretty name. The late client may also need to remain on schedule for her day. Exactly. That's why you don't give extra time without talking to people about it. You know, what if they're late to pick up their child from daycare and they've just incurred a $50 fee? That's actually hurtful to people, not helpful. Very important, okay? I know, right? I love structure too, Kendall. That's what we're working on for the next, that's what we're working on, right? Okay. Yay, okay, you have a call with me on Thursday. Woohoo! I love it, you guys. I love talking to you. Now, listen, I will say this. Don't talk to me if you don't actually want my help. Don't schedule a call with me if you're not really serious about mentoring, all right? Look, you guys, this is an investment of time, of money. Like, my program is not cheap. It's an investment, okay? You got to get a return on that investment. If you don't know how to make money in your practice, or you're terrible with boundaries, or you don't know how to get clients, I can show you how you're literally bleeding out thousands and thousands of dollars every month that your schedule isn't full. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Like, don't just schedule calls with me because you want to talk to me. It's like, if you're serious about looking at what it takes to work with me, and we'll look together to see if I can help you get your practice where you want it to go faster, then those are the people who should be scheduling calls with me, okay? Hey, Ryan, I was just talking about your Lomi stick. My beautiful Lomi stick. Let's see. So Leanne, you said out with our center. I still don't understand what the problem is with somebody referring to a chiropractor unless you have a chiropractor in your office. So, okay. Dee Dee says, I walk towards the door and open it to show them out and tell them to enjoy the rest of their day. That's it. Yeah, but sometimes it's more than that, Dee Dee. Sometimes we have clients that like linger. Sometimes we have clients that arrive late. There's all kinds of awkward situations in dealing with clients and how to do it. I will say this, you guys. One thing I'd love to strike from the vernacular of massage therapists, in addition to the undress to your comfort level statement, I'd love it if people would stop saying after the massage, okay, we're finished. Go ahead and take your time getting dressed. Stop that. No. You want to say, okay, we're ready. Please get dressed quickly. Or sit up on the edge of the table. Make sure you're not dizzy, like whatever. Here, I'll get you a glass of water. Crack the door open for me as soon as you're decent. You want to convey through all of your actions that you're intentional. So don't say things like, go ahead and take your time. Some people will fall asleep for 30 minutes. And then you're like, hello, what's going on in there? Okay, let's see. So Leanne says, we think she could be planning to move there, and then she will have our massage clients, which we're paid to get. Okay, so Leanne, that's a different issue. Leanne, I hope with your employees, you have a non-compete, non-circumvention, non-poaching contract. Because my agreement with my staff was any person you find through my clinic belongs to me. They're an asset of my business. So you've got a leak in your system there, my dear. If that's your concern, that tells me that you may not. Do you have agreements with your employees where they can't do that? And also, why, if you have a suspicion, address it, guys. It was one of the quickest ways for those of you that have employees. Quickest ways to destroy your practice is to tolerate an enemy in the camp. Okay, if you feel threatened in some way by an employee, like they're doing something, or you think they're doing something, you think they might be getting ready to do something, you call them in and you address that, and you get it straight one way or the other. That you'll go like, oh, okay, we just wanted to check and make sure because you have signed this agreement, and it seems like, or so and so said that you told her, or it came to my attention that this and such person mentioned that you were considering leaving. I just want you to be really clear. The clients that you met through our company belong to our company. Leanne, I would, if it was me and my policies, I can sue it's corporate theft, you guys. Again, the employees in this conversation are going to hate this. But as somebody who's employed over 80 massage therapists, not all at once, but in a period of 9 years, it is corporate theft to take your clients from your employer. It's theft. And you can sue them for it. Thank God I never had to. I definitely had occasion to. But the learning here is that you want to prevent that. You want to make sure that's very, very clear from the get-go. And that you have things in writing that are going to be enforceable. Okay? Now, on the other hand, I did also offer to my employees that they could buy their clients. If they decided to leave or, leave the clinic and they had 30 of their best rockstar clients they wanted to take with them, we would just negotiate a buyout. So that way, everybody wins, okay? Eva says, meeting them, educate them, talk to them about my membership, get them to book again. Okay, but Eva, this should also be part of what you're doing with everybody, like with all of your clients. You need to have this down to a system. And you may not be able to charge your people extra time to do this. You do need to book time between your appointments to handle it, okay? So I'm just saying, create and charge for extra time if, doing some kind of assessment is part of your style of body work. Like some therapists do an actual, hands-on structural, physical, myoskeletal assessment. But if you're just talking about the administrative stuff, most clients are not going to feel like they should be paying for that time, but you need to schedule extra time in between appointments. As a solo practitioner, I scheduled 30 minutes in between clients, especially when I'm starting out. I got it down to 15, but it's just not 15 minutes. Is not very much time to flip your room, sanitize everything, check that client out, rebook the client, go over your recommendations, all of that stuff. So I like to give myself a buffer of 15 minutes and then an extra 15 minutes to get ready for the next client. So therefore, takes extra time, but you should be charged. That's another reason why y'all need to raise your rates. Okay, it kind of drives me crazy that massage therapists out there, 12 years of their career, are still charging $65 an hour. You guys, I was charging that 15 years ago. And it's us that's holding each other down in this industry. It's like, when a crab tries to crawl out of a bucket and the other crabs pull it down. Who are you to charge $95 an hour? I'm Rebecca Overson. That's who. I'm a single mom with 3 kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to justify your rates to yourself. And you have to be able to stand behind your rates. But don't, people, just raise your rates so that it covers all of the time that you're spending with your clients. Okay? Shelby Mendoza has a question. When I first started my practice, I did not have a business number. I signed up for Google Voice a few months later. How can I politely tell my clients who use my personal number to only use the business number? I'm getting calls and texts through the night of clients seeing this as a friendship and not a client-practitioner relationship. A few have been grumpy that I do not reply ASAP on my personal number. Ooh, Shelby, this is good. It's going back to boundaries. All right? Now, again, Shelby, there's a reason that they're feeling chummy with you. And maybe you are friends with them. You guys, I talk about my hairdresser all the time. My hairstylist, she is my friend. I've known her since we were 14. I helped her give birth to her second baby. She's like family. So she and I will like chat and be like, oh, hey, like, when's my next appointment? But it's because we were friends first. So if these are clients that are also friends, then that's a softer kind of boundary. You might need to say, hey, listen, I know we kind of have this dual friend therapist relationship. I ask that if you're texting me about business that you do so between the hours of 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. and I will reply. Like, please don't text me at midnight asking to book a massage tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to say that. So you have to just say, just don't step over it. And if you really want them to use your Google Voice, then you could just say, listen, if you have some personal question, like you want to confirm me to come to your Norwex party tomorrow, it's fine to text me. But if you are calling me about business, about you being a client of mine, I really need you to use my Google Voice number. Here's the number. Please use it. You know, just say, it's disrespectful of my time to have people texting me all hours of the night expecting a prompt reply. And as much as I love you, I need to have that boundary, you know. And guys, people are fine with it. A lot of people, again, they're doing it because you haven't ever said no. And if you don't say no, you're training them that what they're doing is okay. All right? So just take responsibility for that and just say, I know in the past I haven't said anything about this, but you could even blame it on me. You could just say, I have this massage business coach and she's helping me with a few things and I realize it doesn't work for me to have clients that are texting me after hours. Okay, so please wait until the next morning and please don't text me at 5 a.m. Also, you guys, turn your phones off. Really. Just turn your phones off. Like, put your phone on Do Not Disturb or something like that. Okay, that can help too. And then you're in control of that. And you do train your clients. Just don't immediately reply to them. If you don't immediately reply to them, it trains them. You're not at their beck and call. You know? Like my attorney, I have an attorney for just my custody case with my daughter. I'm not married to her father, so we have some things to work out. And sometimes I'll have this like panic emergency question for my attorney, and I'll text her on a Saturday morning. She doesn't reply. You know, I'm just going, oh my gosh, because she's kind of like my friend, and she's like in the trenches with me and all this stuff, right? Like, but she doesn't reply until Monday. Good for her for having boundaries. Set the example for your clients, okay? All right. Let's see. Amy says, I'd really love to have a call with you, but I don't have even 3 months of expenses saved, so I know I can't afford you. Okay, Amy, that's the reason why you need me. Think about that. You don't, look, you guys, here's the thing. You don't need to have 3 months of expenses. I just say that because you need to have financial something to start a business. If you don't have that, then you shouldn't be starting a business. But also, Amy, lots of people who book calls with me that have $0, the conversation is productive such that they figure it out. They really, really want to work with me because they realize they're tired of money being a problem, and that's why they need my help. And yes, they do have to pay my fees to work with me. Borrow it. It's not going into debt. It's investing in your future. Guys, look, if you don't know how to make money as a massage therapist, you're losing money every single month. You know? So think about that, Amy. I get it, Amy. It's fine. And if you want my help, and obviously if we decide it's a good fit, I'm going to invite you to work with me, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to enroll in the program. And if you do enroll over the phone with me right then, I'm going to give you a big fat whopping incentive to do that. But you don't have to do that. You could save up. But guys, again, look, here's the thing I want you guys to understand. If you're struggling with money and you don't have enough money to start a business right now, like I usually say 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, you have to borrow it. You have to find it. It's like this, Amy. Amy, tell me in the comments, okay? Or anybody, tell me in the comments, how much money would you love to be earning every year, annually, as a massage therapist? And only answer if you're not making that amount. Maybe you're making $0 or $800 a month and you'd like to be making $60,000. Okay, somebody just give me what amount they'd like to be making and that's not what they're making. And I'm gonna just give you a quick analogy, Amy, okay? Let me just see here. I'm waiting for somebody to post because there's a lag. Okay, fine, I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna tell you, here's the deal. Amy, it's like this. Let's say you wanna make $100,000 a year as a massage therapist. Okay, so it'd be like I say, Amy, I've got a suitcase right here of $100,000 and you can have it for $10,000. By the way, you guys, I don't charge $10,000 for mentoring, okay? But I'm using a big scary number just to prove that point. Here's a suitcase of $100,000 and you can have it in the next 24 hours if you come up with $10,000. What would you do? And the answer to that question is very telling. Some of you would say, I'd come up with the money. You don't even know how, but you'd say, I would just come up, I just figure it out. I'd go to my dad and say, I need $10,000, I'll give you $15,000 tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, some of you figure it out, but it's always so surprising to me how often if I ask that question, hypothetically, some people go, well, I guess I'd miss out on the $100,000. And I'm like, and that's why you're broke. It's because your banana is about money, because your security and your thriving is not a priority for you. See what I'm saying? So, something to think about, Amy. And if you're the kind of person that's like, you know what, I'd move heaven and earth and I would just figure it out, then fine, schedule a call with me. But if you're like, well, I guess I just can't afford it and I'm not making any money, like, then don't waste my time and certainly don't waste yours trying to build a business. Because that kind of mentality, that thinking that anything is going to get in your way of success will stop you from having success. A true entrepreneur is unstoppable. Hashtag unstoppable. Who's with me? If you're unstoppable or you're now declaring you're unstoppable, put that in the comments below, because a true entrepreneur is resourceful. That means they will beg, borrow, steal, not really steal, but you know what I'm saying? They will work out whatever they need to work out in order to get the result that they want. Okay, they want that dream, they want that vision, they want that freedom, they want to be able to take summer RV trips with their kids, they want to take time off and not worry about it, they want to make a difference and make a living. Nothing, if that's truly something you're 100% committed to, nothing should be able to stop you from having that. And that's an opportunity for you to look inside and go, what would stop me from having my dream? Is money going to stop you from having your dream? Psh, then don't go for it. Get a job. Seriously, being an entrepreneur is hard. Most massage therapists fail. Most massage therapists fail to make a living doing what they love. And it's because of what's going on between their ears, not because of what's going on with their hands. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, the people that I work with, I don't invite people to work with me that can't pass questions like that. I say, I don't think you have the commitment level to do this. You shouldn't do it. And it's okay. It's not like shame on you. It's just, don't kid yourself. You will work harder as an entrepreneur to make the same amount, if not less, at times what you do just clocking in at Hand and Stone or Massage Envy or whatever. There's a place for that. But if you're like me, I've been self-employed for over 10 years now, guys. I pay my own health insurance. I sign my own paychecks. And I take great care of myself and my family because failure's not an option with this woman over here. I'm not going to go on welfare. I'm not going to go on food stamps. I'm not going to do that. The internal drive for me to succeed, I can't plant that in you. You have to have it. But if you have it, then I want to talk to you. But if you don't have it, don't bother, and don't bother building a practice. It's hard, right? Those of you that have done it, it's not like, oh, I just walked in one day and my schedule was full and everything's great and there's never any problems and I'm making $100,000 a year. I don't know how I do it. No, it's grueling. You have to deal with all kinds of stuff, mostly what's between your own ears that's stopping you from having the success that you want. So I only work with people that are absolutely committed. That you can be scared, but you got to be committed to working through the fear. And no one is more committed to your success than I am. When I take somebody on, I'm just like, we're going to roll up our sleeves, we're going to get this shit done, and we're going to get it done quickly. And we're going to identify exactly what's holding you back. And we're going to just go, we're going to like tear down those walls so that you can move forward. Okay? Now, again, you don't have to know how to do that. That's my job. But you do have to have that internal resolve. Okay, Amy, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I think a lot of you like aren't scheduling calls with me or aren't applying for mentoring because you think like, oh, if I don't have the money right now, well, Amy, I'm going to inspire the crap out of you. I'm going to empower the hell out of you to turn your situation around and create a real actionable plan. Hey, beauties, do you want to come say hi real quick?
Sure, no.
Oh, my boys are just walking through my office, you guys, and they're just so adorable. No, they don't want to. Okay, fine. Hey, Sean, will you shut the door? Yeah. Thanks, sweetheart. I have the best kids in the world. All right, so Sarah, how late is too late to return missed calls? Guys, they're actually in this country, in the United States of America, you should not be making any business calls after 9 p.m. It's a federal law. Okay, so I don't know if you're asking in like time in the day, but just to answer that question. But then you said, oftentimes I get calls when I'm away with a client, driving, can't get to calls till later in the evening or the next day. Just within 24 hours, Sarah, is usually fine. Okay. But I will say this, the quicker you are returning those missed calls, the more likely you are to get the appointment. Okay. Don't put it off. That's Sarah, that's like clients calling. That's money calling. Train yourself to be like Johnny on the spot about that stuff. Don't put it off. Okay. No, those are for Ryan. Don't interrupt me with questions like that, Sean. Close the door, okay? All of a sudden, I invite my children to my broadcast. I'm like, Mom, can I have these popsicles? No, I'm busy. Okay. All right, Eva, how long in advance do you advertise? 6 weeks. Start your campaign 6 weeks out. Guys, take a lesson from the grocery stores. Is there like, how long has there been Easter candy at the grocery stores? It's like, it comes in after Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Leanne says, we were told a non-compete is not easily enforceable. We just have the contractors renting a room. Buying a client sounds like a good idea. Okay, so Leanne, if they're renting, then you are a landlord and they are a tenant and you have zero control. Why are you giving them clients? If you're giving them clients and you're a landlord, that would be like expecting my landlord to cook my dinners for me. Like my condo that I rent, right? It'd be like my landlord has nothing to do with what I do here. I just rent. Okay, so I think you have maybe some confusion in your practices. And tell me, let's see, Leanne, you are, but I think you said you're in another country. So I think you said I think you're outside of the United States. Something is telling me you are, but I'm not sure. But regardless, blurred lines are dangerous. Okay? Blurred lines open you up to vulnerability. So if you're renting space, they should just be renting space and you should have nothing to do with their business. They're renting space. It's their own business. You're not giving them clients. You're not having staff meetings. Okay? If they're an employee, that's different. But a non-compete is not easily enforceable. But a don't steal my clients is totally enforceable. Okay? A non-compete means they can't, like an exclusivity agreement, like you can only do massage here. You can't work anywhere else as a massage therapist. That is hard to enforce. But you could definitely make it very clear that all of the clients that they find through your marketing efforts belong to your company and they are not to have any external relationships with those people whatsoever. I mean, even friendships. It's a liability for you if you're employing them. I tell my staff, don't friend people on Facebook. If they invite you to a baby shower, you need to clear that with me. It's my relationship. You guys, can you imagine? Like worst case scenario. Okay. Let's say you have a massage therapist that's working on a man and a woman, like a married couple or something like that. Okay, they're clients of your business. And then what happens if the man starts flirting with the massage therapist and then the wife accuses them of having an affair? That is a liability that comes on your shoulders. And I'm just saying this because this situation did actually come up once. Okay, it's your liability. You have to protect yourself. Those are your clients. All right, so I don't know if that answers your question, Leanne, but tell me if it does or not, okay? Tarina says, is it true that even if the client follows the therapist without the employee actively trying to get them to follow? Again, depends on the verbiage. There's direct and non-direct solicitation. So direct solicitation is like this. Hey, Tarina, I know you're this awesome client of mine here, but you know, like I could see you on the side in my own office and I only charge $40. That would be direct solicitation, which should definitely be prohibited. Indirect solicitation you should prohibit as well. which is a client saying, hey, Tarina, I'll pay you. How much do you make here? And you go, I get paid $25 a session, which you should never discuss with your clients. But it'd be like you saying, I get paid $25 a session. Like, oh, you know what? If you come to my house, I'll pay you $50. And you go, ooh, that's the client soliciting you. And as an employer, you want to cover that they don't have any external relationships whatsoever with that client. That means even if the client says, hey, therapist, come to my house, the therapist is obligated to say, I can't do that. You're a client of this clinic. I can't see you outside of here. Okay. Now, it could be different too, different places if the therapist leaves the practice and then clients seek them out later. Again, you can't really stop that from happening. But ideally, as an employer, you want to make your environment so kick-ass that your employees don't want to leave. Okay. How on earth would we price that, Leanne says? Like the cost of treatments? Okay, Leanne, you got to give me complete sound bites because I can't necessarily track your previous comments. So give me a more full question. I don't know what you're saying there. Okay. Amy's saying non-compete is different than corporate theft. Yeah, you guys, there's all kinds. There's non-compete, there's non-poaching, there's non-solicitation, there's confident, there's just all non-circumvention. That means if you leave my clinic and then you go start your own business, you cannot solicit those clients to come be your clients. That's a non-circumvention as well. Okay, this is attorney stuff, you guys, and I'm not an attorney. Okay, cool. All right, you guys, we're out of time. We're out of time. Hi, Brenda. Dee Dee says, big facts. Charge for your time. Yes, thank you for saying this. Of course. Okay, let's see. Hi, Nelson. Shelby says, now that I'm a new mom and getting off maternity leave, I've seen the error in some of my ways. I started training my clients how to book and how it works best for me. That was the next hurdle. Yep, that's good. Good. Okay, good. All right, you guys, I love your numbers. 4,000 per month, 120,000 a year, 50,000 a year. Unstoppable. I do declare. Hell yes. I love it. Unstoppable. You guys, thank you for claiming your power. And look, what that means is you're going to hit a wall and you just find a way over it. You just find a way around it. You really, I mean, am I right or am I right about this? If you want to succeed, nobody makes it to the top of their game in any industry or sport without, playing on a broken ankle or getting in the pool to swim laps with a hangover. Do you know what I'm saying? Like nothing stops you. Nothing stops you from having what you want. No excuses. It's not the economy. It's not the market is saturated. The ability to cause results is within you and only you. I built a thriving practice in the worst economic recession that I've seen in my lifetime, in a definitely saturated market. So there's just no excuses. There's just no reason why you can't win. I love it, you guys. Thank you for claiming that. Okay, good. All right, so let me see. There's a couple more questions I want to get to real fast. And we got to pull a card. Haley says, I'm opening my business right now after maternity leave. How do I set my hours when every day is different? Don't advertise your hours, you guys. It's lame. Unless you have a clinic with a bunch of therapists and you do have openings you want to fill last minute, like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As a solo practitioner, you do not need to list your hours. It's confusing for people. So just say by appointment only. Call to book an appointment. Okay. Kate says you will work harder as an entrepreneur to make the same amount of money elsewhere. Totally true. You guys, I would rather work 80 hours a week for myself than 40 hours a week for anyone else. Can I get an amen? I love my work. I love what I do. Massage therapy, even though I'm retired from that, but like I loved that. And I love coaching now. Like I have to set boundaries on when I don't work. That's why I don't work. I don't reply to my students on the weekends. I just won't do it unless I, like laying in bed and bored, right? But like I decide when I'm stopping working so I can have balance in my life. But that's my choice for myself is I'm utterly unemployable. If somebody tried to hire me for their company, I would take over it. That's just how my drive is, okay? How do you get clients? Amanda says, how do you get clients to rebook when they tell you they need to check their schedule without offering a discount? Amanda, you have to create urgency and scarcity. And also, rebooking, you guys, it's a whole system and strategy. I hope you guys aren't just saying, so do you want to schedule the next appointment? There should be actually something leading up to that frames their appointment, that frames it's like a lot of therapists out there, and I'm not saying you're doing this, Amanda, but a lot of therapists out there just kind of like take this like, so do you want to book your next appointment? Right? But it's like clients should always be saying yes if you're doing it right. A lot of my students go from rebooking 50% or less of their appointments to rebooking 100%. So you don't need to offer a discount. You don't need to do that, you guys. So there are ways to do it, Amanda, and we're out of time, and there's, again, it's just a whole system, okay? So Amanda, it really flows from you guiding your clients about what you want them to do, and then giving them a choice, and then helping them to make that choice, okay? So, and when I say scarcity, it's like, look, my front desk used to tell people, whether it was true or not, it actually doesn't matter. But they would say, we're booked out about 2 weeks, because we were. We'd say, we'd rather have you book an appointment now and then move it with enough notice than try to get in last minute, because we won't be able to get you in last minute. So you see what I'm saying? That's a little strategy of like, oh, I better go on your schedule now, because if I call in 2 weeks and I need a massage, I'm going to have to wait 4 weeks. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Okay. All right, Ulma, I don't know how to say your name. Hi, first time live. Oh, good. You're amazing. Glad you could join us. Antoinette, okay, you guys, I just don't have time to answer these questions right now. So, speaking of boundaries, I have children. I gotta go. So let me just see what else. Amen. Oh, I love it. And then Taequasia's putting in her 2 cents worth. If you work with Rebecca, you will learn very good strategies on how to do this. Yeah, Taequasia's rebooking rate is 100% after working with me and doing my program. So, guys, look, I'm not here to brag. I am just saying I'm really good at what I do. And all of these problems that you guys have, we totally have solutions for them, but I just can't give them in a quick Facebook Live. But I would really invite those of you that are serious about your success and committed to solving these problems and figuring that stuff out. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're in. I invite you to schedule a call with me, okay? That link is, yes, Brittany, it is tacky to put flyers on doorsteps. Don't do that. Don't do that, Brittany. I would invite you guys to schedule. I've got limited number of availability every week to take calls with you guys that are wanting to see if it's right to do mentoring with me. So let me just put that link in here one more time so that you guys have it, because we've talked about that a lot. Work with me. Here is the link to apply. Okay, we're gonna pull a card. You guys ready? Oh, Wilma. Okay, got it. Thank you, Wilma, for correcting me. I know, Brittany, you can always count on me for saying the blunt, honest to goodness truth. Please don't do the spray and pray method. That means you spray flyers all over town and pray somebody calls you. Don't do that. It's annoying when pizza places do that. Please. Would you have a doctor's office being like, let me do your pelvic exam, flyers on your doorstep? No. Okay, ready? Got your thing? Tell me in the comments that you're ready. We're going to pick one card, you guys. I'm going into overtime. And I do know my kids are fine, so we're good. I'm going to give you a little bonus today. So here we go. Pick a situation that you want some guidance on. Oh, this is a good one. The medicine wheel. Okay. There you go, medicine wheel. Okay, so let me tell you what this card is about. This card is about, so the medicine wheel is a sacred hoop with the 4 cardinal directions well marked. It represents the cycle of life, the cycles of nature, and the circular pattern of our cosmos. It's been used for millennia in indigenous cultures to bring harmony and well-being to the village. Its directions symbolize the 4 steps the shaman takes to become a person of power and wisdom. So here's what this means, okay? What this means is, to manifest clear blue skies in your life, it's important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events from the past. Continue to the west and notice which relationships are toxic and drain your energy. Step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion and show it? At the end of the east direction, end at the east direction, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of your life. It's up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minutes, days, or months. But when you are done, make sure to step outside of the wheel to contemplate your journey. You must not, here's the other message here, you must not postpone your healing journey any longer. It can be difficult to start, but you must find the inner strength to step into the medicine wheel, or you may lose your opportunity. Guys, I also want to say this has to do with healing your relationship with money, because we started out talking about that. So consider that as well, all right? There are many ways and many paths. Choose the one you resonate most with. Once you have found it, the only mistake you can make is not follow it. Go boldly. Dun, dun, dun! I love it. Is that ring true for you guys? Does that resonate? Okay, let's just do one more, because it's 6:11 my time, and let's end at 6:15 on a nice even block of time. All right, so here we go. Tell me if that rings true for you guys. And we're going to also pull from Wisdom of the Oracle cards. And why we do this is because all massage therapists are a little bit woo-woo. Okay? We're all a little mystic. All right, here we go. Wisdom of the Oracle. This is the card that I just pulled for you guys. It's called No Place Like Home. See that? It's like a little birdhouse in your soul. I don't know what that thing is. No place like home. So here we go. The number on this is 50 as well, for those of you that are into numerology. No place like home. Essential meanings: authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. This is the Oracle's message. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. I love it. I know I'm running over my boundaries, Eva. I totally am. It's all right, you guys. This is not a massage appointment. This is a free live Q&A. And I'm going to give what I say I want to give. And I have extra time today, so I'm going to give it. All right. And thank you. Actually, part of it is that Robin is not here today. Robin couldn't make it to live Q&A. She's the admin in our group, and she's my assistant. And usually she gives me a time notification, so my bad. Also, you guys are free to leave anytime, unlike a client in your office for massage. All right, rock and roll, you guys. I love you so much. I'll see you next week. If there's anything else you need, holla. Bye.